Hello guys, I know it's been a while since I've gotten on my YouTube channel to make a real estate video. Today we are in my office for this video, which is the truth about being a realtor. Started. If you don't know anything about me, hi, my name is Audrey. I'm 20 years old and I'm a licensed realtor in Colorado. The goal of my channel is to help younger people chase their dreams, even if their dreams seem impractical for their age. If that sounds like something that you'd be interested in, make sure to subscribe. Also, please follow me on Instagram at audrey.plasinski and realestatebabe.co to keep up with me there. Let's just get started. I got this little note thing and we're gonna go through it. The truth about being a realtor. Is it hard? Short answer, yes. A lot goes in behind the scenes that people on the outside who have never been in the business wouldn't understand. One of the things is that you'll put a lot of time into some of your deals and not see a great outcome. Like sometimes you'll have a listing for over a year, you've done tons of work, gotten tons of showings, all that stuff, and they just decide not to list with you again because it didn't sell. So sometimes you'll do a lot of work with no return, and sometimes, this is the cool part about real estate, but sometimes you only have to do a little bit of work. The transaction is seamless, easy, nothing goes wrong, and you get that paycheck and it just feels so unreal, like the easiest paycheck you've ever made. But there are those transactions that come around that are very tedious and take a lot of work. Another thing is that your weekends are at your client's disposal. You always have to have your phone on, you always have to be able to answer the phone because like normal people, they work a 9 to 5 days a week, right? So their weekends are off. A lot of weekends you'll be doing showings, taking pictures of new listings, marketing on social media. Your weekends are never guaranteed to be free time, but the cool thing about real estate is that you get to make your schedule look how you want it to. You don't have to request time off. You are an independent contractor as a realtor, and so you make your own schedule. If you want to make a lot of money, you put a lot of time in your schedule into your business. And if you need a break, you take your break. That's one of the cooler things about real estate. Another thing is that people think that all I do is write contracts, look pretty, and make big bucks. If you've ever seen Selling Sunset, you know what I'm talking about. It seems like they don't have to do anything, they're rich, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of work goes in behind the scenes that people don't see. Like I said, taking phone calls on weekends, being available to do showings on weekends because that's when other people have their time off. And even if something isn't looking right for closing, I've seen a realtor literally go with her trailer to a house because they didn't want the fridge in there and they wouldn't close on the deal unless the fridge was out. It's really all just about going the extra mile for your client. So another thing is that you can't get offended when friends or family don't use you as their realtor. And a lot goes into this. Don't ever take it personally because in real estate you learn a lot about someone's financial situation. And some people just don't want you knowing that much. And so if they decide not to use you, you can't be sad about it. You will have your other transactions to make up for it. Just be happy for them and it's all gonna be okay. Another thing is that marketing is huge. Usually whenever you market as a real estate agent, you won't see a return for about 90 days when you sent out like a mailer or an email or a phone call. Some people just aren't ready to sell at that time, but it's all about what you do now that other people will see later. So these are all mailers that I have put together. I think I have about 1,000 and I have sent out 100 already. I have 300 more that I am getting ready to send out as well, but I just need to go buy stamps for them. So like I said, it's like a 90-day wait until you see a return on any of the marketing that you did. That goes for mailers, cold calling. A big part is utilizing social media. That's what I'm trying to build here with my YouTube channel and my realestatebabe.co, is I want people to see what I'm doing and how much I want my business to succeed. And I think I really have an advantage because I'm starting so young. But the fact of the matter is that everyone starts from square one. Everyone has to build a clientele. So yeah, if you want a business that nobody else has, you have to do things that other people aren't doing. What I know for me is like pretty much everyone in my area uses YouTube to like make listing videos and stuff like that, but I'm trying to dig deeper, teach you more about real estate, and the cool thing about that is that I'm still learning about real estate as I go. So you kind of get to learn with me, and I think that's kind of cool. Another thing is that you will learn something new in every single transaction No real estate transaction is the same. You're always going to come across something that's like, oh, I didn't know that. The next thing you need to be prepared for is that deals fall through a lot. Just because your property is under contract does not mean that it's going to close. Anything can happen. An inspection can come back the way that the buyers don't want it to look, and they can object. And I don't know about other states, but in Colorado favors buyers. So deals fall through a lot because the buyer kind of has the upper hand. Like, they have a lot of ways to get out of the contract. Another thing you should know is that selling houses is one of the most stressful things that somebody can do. So you're gonna deal with a lot of anxiety and sometimes anger from your clients, but it's just because they're stressed out. This is one of the most stressful things in life. And so it's just important to be understanding, put yourself in their shoes, and just be supportive. Your job as a real estate agent is to make the transaction as seamless as possible. And it takes a lot of practice, but as long as you are nice, understanding, you're there for them, you do everything you're supposed to do, everything's gonna be fine. And when the transaction closes, if you did everything right, they will recommend you to their friends and family, and that's how you build a clientele. Being a successful real estate agent is easier said than done. I know this, and I've only been in real estate for over a year. But my mom is actually a realtor. That's how I got into this business. And she's been doing this for 8 years, and she's really starting to see a return on all of the mailers she's sent out, all of the cold calling she's done. She's spent this last 8 years building her clientele, and it's taken a lot of hard work to get her to the point where she's at. So just know going into this that you're gonna have to put in a lot of hard work behind the scenes, and it's not always gonna be easy. On that note, 87% of agents fail in their first 5 years in the industry. That leaves 13% that actually make it. And the reason this is important is because people watch things like Selling Sunset and they see how glamorous these people's lives are and how easy it looks to be a realtor. But once they actually get into the business, they figure out it does take a lot of hard work, and they're not always making money, or they're only making money when they're selling things, and if they're not doing their marketing and their cold calling and all of that stuff, building their clientele, they're not going to be seeing income. This business is not like Selling Sunset, okay? It's all about just sticking with it and hitting that mark, that 5-year mark, or whatever the average is, sticking with it to a point where you do succeed and you do know what you're doing, and all you have to do is trust the process. So like I said, this business is commission based. You're not always going to be getting a paycheck every 2 weeks, and that can be kind of a culture shock for people who have gotten a paycheck every 2 weeks or every month their entire life. And so it's really important to have a savings when you first start out in real estate. I've had my license for over a year, but I didn't go into it full time until April. So I kind of used that first year to save up. I still was working 9 to 5. I was doing real estate on the side, and I did get a few transactions my first year, but I have noticed that when I really went into this full swing, I have seen such a return. So yes, you're gonna have to constantly be lead generating, marketing, utilizing social media, and putting yourself out there. This business is about who you know. And so that's why building a clientele is so important. Another thing is that you have to be yourself. People are gonna hire you because they like your vibe, they trust you, and so if you can be open with someone and they feel like they can trust you in what can be the biggest transaction in their life, trust goes a long way. So long story short, is it worth it? Yes, but it is not as glamorous as it seems. It's not all walking around in stilettos looking pretty. A lot goes on behind the scenes. Not just writing the contract, but how you got their information, how you got that lead. And really, real estate is all about planting seeds. That's what the mailers are for, that's what cold calling is for, is that you planted the seed when you talked to them the first time, right? So even if they don't contact you in 90 days to sell their home, even if it's 3 years, they will remember that you called them, that you planted that seed, that you made that initiative, and that's where your business blossoms. That's how your business is gonna grow. And so the more seeds that you plant, the more return you will see in your business. So I hope that you guys liked this video. I would love it if you stuck around. So yes, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss another video. And also follow me on Instagram at realestatebabe.co and audrey.plusinski. I would greatly appreciate it. And I hope that you have an amazing day. Mwah.